Hello, everyone. Nice to see you. And our next presenter is ready. So it is Nima Farshid. Nima will present us his outstanding research project. Well, actually, as all the research projects that were presented today about the biodynamics, about the minerals, vastu or biogeometry. So here, Nima will be presenting about remote scanning projects and his Lightworkers app. So, stage is yours, Nima. Go.
Privet, hello, salam, shalom, hola, namaste. I want to thank Dr. Krakow and Dimitri for making this presentation possible. I wish the highest vibrations to all of you beautiful and amazing souls. I thank my dear colleagues for sharing their research and knowledge so we can all grow as one. Before I start, I would like to take a moment of silence for all of our brothers and sisters that no longer have the gift of life. We're blessed and fortunate to be here to enjoy the blessings of the Creator in this realm of existence. Life is so delicate and such a privilege. We need to take advantage of every moment while we're still here. We come here to enjoy this experience and to discover more so the Creator can be discovered in many ways through us. We're here to shine love and light to each other and to help each other grow. I believe we live in a fractal world, that everything is a representation of the whole in smaller forms. If you look at the human body and imagine the thyroid gland and compare it to our planet Earth, we see that us as humans are like good and bad bacteria that exists on the surface. Our planet's health depends on us, and we have a symbiotic relationship. Our planet, just like the thyroid gland, needs vitality and health to continue existing. I compare this source energy to the love we have for each other. If you notice, we live on a green planet, and the color green is the vibration of love. So I believe it is crucial for us to keep love alive. We need to look at each other as a reflection of ourselves. We need to realize that we're all connected with an invisible web of connectivity. Once we make someone happy, that feeling of love and gratitude ripples through eternity and brings forward what our planet needs to survive. So let's let love be the first thought of every day. Let's say I love you in our minds before we speak to someone. That will bring so much goodness and positivity to our lives and our Mother Earth. With that said, I would like to tell you a bit about my journey of life. I was introduced to BioWall on a personal healing journey of my own. I was a very successful businessman that due to lots of stress, I started developing heart palpitations and was told that I need to put a pacemaker in order to bring my heart back to normal. I've always been a very active and very athletic person, so this came to me as a huge shock. I didn't want to limit my life, since I had seen my father go through the same process at age 33. I was very spiritual all my life, and I knew there was so much more than we have discovered so far. So I started my research to see how I could understand my energetic body. I came across a video that was explaining the Bible by Krishna Marappa on YouTube. And this was monitoring the flow of energy, and I was hooked. I did some research and realized Bible was a Russian device, and to understand it better, I decided to go to Russia and met with Dr. Kratkov, the inventor. After getting trained by Dmitry and Dr. Kratkov, I gained enough knowledge to start researching the Bible. I came back to the US and I started testing myself every day. By doing this, I gained a lot of knowledge about how different thoughts or different external factors were influencing my wellness. I also realized I was allergic to many things, that by clearing my diet and paying attention to my thoughts, I started to get rid of my symptoms. After getting my certification, I was also listed on Bible.com, and that made it possible for me to meet many holistic researchers in my area. We have now created multiple holistic products to reduce overactivity, increase alignment and energy at different energy centers. And these products have been listed on Amazon.com and are currently Amazon Choice products with over 4-star ratings. One of my favorite products that we've done a lot of research on is a tachyon plate. I work with a company here in Florida that they introduced tachyon energy and they embed it within different cards. And we introduce this to people so that they can bring down overactivity in their systems. Now, this was a life-changing experience for me, and I want to share this technology with everyone. And I'm talking about Bible and how much it was able to help me to do research and to gain a lot more knowledge about different realms of life. I realized our wellness system is not complete, and we need to pay more attention to our vital bodies. I'm now completing my doctorate in natural medicine and have launched an app that focuses on bringing open-minded wellness practitioners together so we can have a holistic view of health and wellness. I want to invite you to join our movement of light by collaboration and sharing. Please visit our site at lightworkersapp.com and request to join. We have hundreds of practitioners there that are already sharing so much knowledge out there. So with that said, I'll share my screen now, and I will walk you through the different parts of the app so you can get a better understanding of the platform. This is the app. It's called Lightworkers App, and you can go to lightworkersapp.com. And this is a private community that we've created. So as I'm watching the different cases that are happening here, different research that's being done in this amazing Congress here, I just see how much more we can use this app in bringing different research as a part of it and have a place to collaborate so that we can continue sharing and learn from each other. So this is the home section of the app. And in the home section, you see most of the posts and everything that goes throughout the app becomes into this section. And you have control over what type of information that's coming to your homepage. And that's by going to the tribes here. The tribes are different groups. So once you go and you join different tribes, then you're able to get the information that is being shared in that group into your home section of the app. Our discovery section is designed so that we can be more in touch when we live close to each other. So once you become a member of this app, there is a section that will ask you to share your location with the app. And it will automatically find members in your area that are around you with the same interest as you. So we can do the process of collaboration even on local events. And that's what I'm doing here in Florida right now. And we're getting together every Sunday And we're doing a pro bono Bible reading for anybody that's interested to get more knowledge about this kind of technology. And it's been amazing. There's so many people that are taking advantage of this, and we're bringing a lot of information to their wellness. And we offer, and this app is not my app, this is our app. This is a process of co-creation. So anything that you see here, you can replicate it for yourself. So we offer courses here that you can create your own courses, and you can offer your own free or paid courses on the platform. We have different events like today that our event is live right now. It's being shared on the app. And you can use this for local events or online events like what we're having today. And this way you can create a more focused area to share information and gather people, especially people that are interested in the topic that you're sharing. And it will show you the different events that are near you, if there's any events that are happening. And we have the welcome section of the app that will give you information about how to go around the app and how to use different parts of the app so that it becomes easy for you to maneuver through. Our member section here, you can go through, and there is a wealth of knowledge already on the system. We have many wellness practitioners, medical doctors, hypnotherapists, Reiki masters, Qigong grandmasters, a lot of beautiful, amazing souls here that are sharing information with us. And we're doing some amazing work doing research together. And once a week, we meet together on the app, and we talk about what needs to be worked on. And if there are different people that are doing different research on different criterias, we create different tribes, and we focus the research on those areas. So it becomes a very amazing way of sharing. Now in the About section here, you actually can send yourself it's an app, and it's a web platform. So you can either be online and just go to lightworkersapp.com and access the platform, or if you visit it on your mobile app, it will actually prompt you to download the mobile version on your phone, so you get the notifications that once we share on the system. And over here in the About section, you can actually put your phone number here, and you can send yourself the app. So it takes you the app. This is a private platform. We didn't want it to be on the App Store or somewhere that everybody would have access to it. It's only by invitation. And once you go to our invite tab, you see that there's a request to join. So after you request, I will approve your request, and that there will be an email sent to you that you have to go through that email into coming into the app and becoming a member. And there's also an invites section here that, let's say, if you come on board and you want to bring, let's say you have your own tribe, like I would love to have the biogeometry tribe on there after watching the last video. And we could start doing the research on that. And we can invite different people from inside of that tribe so that we can bring the people that are interested in that research together in one place. Now, the events, we talked about it briefly. You can come in here and you can create your own local or online events. So like this is our event for today that was posted, and anybody that's on the app will get a notification at the time that this is going live, so they can come and join the session. The professions area, this is only for people that will select this in their profile, and this will show different types of people that we have with different professions. And that way we can access different, if you're doing research and we need somebody that's specialties in that research or in that modality, then we can go and kind of like speak to them and bring them on board. So the tribes is pretty much the heart of the app. This is where all the different groups reside. So, and you can come in here to the tribe section and you can join different tribes. And as soon as you join them, you will start receiving their the posts that different members place in these tribes on the home section of your app. So we have the aromatherapy tribe here, and we have a Bioable tribe, which is very dear to me. And in our Bioable tribe, what we're doing is that we're sharing a lot of research. We're getting together once a week, every Sunday, and we share different types of research that we're doing. And this has become very helpful because, instead of just one person doing research, you can imagine how much time it would take for us to get to, a good point. But once we can have multiple people doing a research on the same thing and have a place that we can share the research, then you can see how much more we can expedite the process. of ascension. And there's some videos that we posted here. There's a lot of different topics that goes on here. You can kind of look at this as your support section for your BioVault. We have a lot of different BioVault practitioners that are certified already on here. And if you have any questions, besides the BioVault Telegram and Facebook section, we can help you here as well. So this is just a quick gist of it. I wanted to come to the app and show you guys the different types of work we're doing. And you can introduce your courses here. I'm actually creating a course for Dimitri right now for his accessories that we can actually have a self-paced form of education so that people that are busy, they can come and do their education, do their studies based on their schedule. And if you have a certain knowledge, or if you're doing research or you want to offer a course, we can certainly offer it for you here, and other people will be able to take advantage of it. And we're introducing a shop section here now. After doing research and talking to our members, we realized that a lot of our members have a lot of different holistic products that they want to share with the community. So we are placing an e-commerce platform here that's available to anybody. So if you have a product, you can come in here and you can list your products on our platform. And for a very small fee that we charge, then you will be able to offer your products to the entire platform. So one of the research that I wanted to talk about today that's has been very interesting to us is about remote healing and remote scans. And that's something that we've started in the app, and we're in the process of gathering a lot of information. So I wanted to, and I thank Dimitri for giving me this chance to be here today. I wanted to open this up to everybody else that's interested in this topic so that we can do more research on it. We have plenty of data so far that is giving us a very strong indication of the possibility of something like this, but we would love to work more with more scientists and more researchers in order to create a more solid way of doing a remote analysis. So I want to share my screen with you, my BioVault screen, and there's a couple of different experiments that we have done. We have a tribe here that is called, let me introduce you to that. Oh, before I forget, we also have a book tribe here that we're introducing different holistic books. So if you're an author of a book, I will highly recommend you to join our book tribe and introduce your book to us so that we can introduce it here. So far, we're going over Dimitri's book, Please Don't Change the World. It's a very awesome short book that I enjoyed it a lot. And we're talking about different energy analysis, and we're talking about different starting the conversation so that we can use a more understandable language for our members that are not top scientists or researchers, so that they can grasp the idea a lot easier. So that would be a really awesome place to join to, so we can share information with everyone. So I wanted to take you to this group over here, which is called Remote Energy Healers Tribe. So in this tribe over here, we're doing research with the global team of healers. And what they're doing is that every Saturday or every Sunday, they get together, and we have a Heelys tribe. So the Heelys tribe that we have, which is down here, this is a tribe for anybody that's going through a terminal illness, that's having health issues that they can't, that they don't have a way of, really helping themselves, and they just need help for others to work with them. That way we can introduce anybody, any of you that has anybody, you can introduce them to this tribe. And once they place their name and their information in here, then all the different tribes in the app, they will send healing vibrations to that person. And we actually have a meditation tribe here also, that's every morning at 11:11 a.m. Eastern time. We broadcast a video, and this is the video that gets broadcasted at 11:11, and the sound file in here was generated using the BioVault. And I will share that trick with you. That's a very powerful way of introducing coherence to the system. And this music file gets played at 11:11, and we have all the different tribes on the app that are remote healers that they come on the app at that time, and they send healing energies to the entire platform. So we go to the members and we send energies to everybody that's on there. So if you know anybody that wants to take advantage of this energy, please have them join this section, and just to launch the app at 11:11, and just to sit there quietly with the intention of receiving. And we have seen a lot of positive results out of this. So with this said, I'm going to go and I'm going to share my viable screen with you. That way we can talk about some of the research that we have done so far, and just to share with you guys of what we have collected. So, and these are all the way that we're doing this type of remote scans is that the way I'm practicing this is that because now that I'm studying quantum physics and I'm getting a lot of knowledge about how the entanglement and non-locality works, is we are taking the information of people, because as we create their cards in Viable, we're taking their first name, last name, and we're taking their date of birth. So in a previous life, I was a computer programmer and engineer, and my job was to set up different offices around the world that they could communicate with each other and share information. And once I got introduced to Viable and energy work, I kind of see that everything is a system, as I talked about that how we live in a fractal world. And I see that everything is like a computer program that's simulated. So in here, once we go to, like when I wanted to set up an office to connect to a different office in order to change information, we had some criteria. We had to know their IP address, and we had to know the password in order to log into the system so that we could start the transfer of information. So I wanted to practice that same steps with energy work. And what I realized is that we already have all the tools in our disposal, because we're already taking the first name, last name of a person, and we're taking the date of birth. So I believe that since our first name, last name, and our date of birth or the criteria that are with us since we're born, and they're always with us, that resonates with us. And I believe that that's like an alias for us. So I call it a UP address. I call it as a universal protocol. As we have an IP address, which is an internet protocol, I believe that we have UP addresses, which is our first name, last name, and date of birth. So by that information, and with the permission of the person, we are completing the criteria to start doing the experiments. Now, it's very important that we set a protection shield of ourselves so that we don't merge our energy with somebody else when we're doing remote work. After doing this process with their permission, then I will scan myself as a surrogate with the intention of scanning the person that's on the other line. And so far, we have done this in our entire platform, and I'm asking our remote healers in the system to do this with their clients to see what kind of a data we can collect. And we're getting a very high number of our clients agreeing with what we're saying and what we're seeing once we're doing the remote scans. So this is one example here. This was a person in Middle East that she was experiencing a lot of pain in her stomach area, and to the point that like she was just like curled over. And she was my cousin. So she wanted me to run a remote scan on her to see if I can see anything that was out of the norm. So as I went through the process and created entanglement with her, and then went through the process of doing the scan, this is what I was able to pick up from her scan. And as you can see it here, we can see that in their immune system and their descending colon, there was a huge drop here. And when I was scanning myself, my energy didn't show any of these indications. But when I would connect to her and I scan her, I would see that the immune system would drop dramatically, and I would see that the descending colon would drop. So that was one of the interesting cases to me that was confirmed with the person on the other line. Another case that we were doing within our app, actually, this was with one of our remote healers that we wanted to do an experiment. I had no idea what type of health condition she had or what she was going through in life. And she wanted me to do a remote scan of her so that we can see if we can see an influence in her energy. And as soon as I scanned her, this is what we saw, that the spleen area was extremely low. And once I came to my balance view, you can see that number 26, which is the pancreas spleen, is the lowest in the system. And once I shared that information with her, she told me that she has diabetes type 1.5. And as we know, that would have a huge indication or influence on the pancreas spleen area. So, this was just an energetic evaluation. And that was something interesting that I wanted to share with you. So if you do decide to come on board and do this research with us, you have some pre-existing information. This was another case we did. This was a very interesting case also. So the experiment here was that the global healing team, which are a very large number of healers, they wanted to do a remote session healing on one of their members that had MS. And the test and the way we were doing this was that I didn't want to be involved in the healing room because I didn't want them to influence me. So I requested to have a separate private room on Zoom, and they sent the healee into my private room on Zoom so I could, because I had no idea who this person was. So I wanted to get to know him to create entanglement. And after speaking to him for 5-10 minutes, and I felt like, there was an entanglement there with me and the healee, I scanned his energy by scanning myself as a surrogate, and he was sent back to the main room that they were doing the meditation and they were doing the remote session. So he went into the room while I was sitting in my seat in the same room without doing anything. I was just sitting there without any external influences on me. I waited for this person to come back to the room so I could rescan him again. So this was his energy at 11:09 before the meditation that was started on him, and his balance was at 91%. After the meditation, and this is a lot of energy flowing through the system. In BioWell, we say that within 40 to 60 or 70 joules of energy, that's what the optimal flow of energy through the system is. And we can obviously see that this person is already past the optimal zone. So having high energy always is not good. So we wanted to create more coherence in this person's energy field so that we can bring the body and the energy field to be more at ease and coherence. So right after meditation, he came back to the room and I scanned him again. And look at that. It went from 74 joules of energy to 64, and the balance went from 91% to 97%. And that's a pretty awesome indication for me. This was before, and this is after. You see 92% alignment. But one thing that happened here that was really, really interesting is that the experiment was over. I went to bed that night. I woke up in the morning and I felt like I've been hit by a truck. I mean, my entire body was in pain. So I didn't realize that, what happened there? Like, what was the process and why am I feeling so much pain? And then by going back and kind of reviewing what happened, I realized that I did not protect myself before with intention, before doing the healing session or the surrogate study. So I feel like this is a very important step that if you guys are going to be doing this, make sure that you have the intention of protection of your own energy first before you start doing this experiment, so you don't cause any kind of a discomfort to yourself. Moving along to another case, and there's so many cases, I just picked some of them for you so that you can get an understanding of what we're looking for. In this case here, this was actually my mother. And one day I was sitting at home and I just had a feeling that I need to scan her. I need to see what's going on with her health. So as soon as I scanned her, this is what I saw, that there's a breakage right here around her right kidney and the gallbladder area. So I immediately picked up the phone and I called her and I wanted to see how she was doing. And she told me that she's feeling some little bit of uneasiness around her esophagus and like in the midsection of her body. So I wanted her to go get that tested. And once she went to a doctor and she had it evaluated, they actually told her that there was some issues with her gallbladder. So this was another case that I was able to remotely, just by scanning myself and having her permission, I was able to pick up. Another case goes with a friend of mine that lived on the other side of the United States. And we're just doing a practice experiment. And he wanted me to see if I could pick up anything in his energy field that was influencing him. And as soon as I did the measurements, I was able to see that there's a lot of energy flowing through the coccyx pulvis, the prostate area. And as soon as I communicated that with him, he told me that, yes, he does actually feel the stiffness in the lower back of his body. And I thought that was another very good case of being able to correlate something that I wasn't experiencing with somebody else. This was another very interesting case. I am in the US and I had a friend of mine in Turkey that was late at night, and he knew that I do different types of modalities, and I'm in research for energy healing. And he told me that his wife was in a lot of pain, and she was extremely nervous. She thought that it could be something like, very wrong, something that's like, really damaging her system. So he wanted to see if I could help her ease her discomfort by giving her some idea about her energy wellness. So I got her permission and I scanned her. And as soon as I scanned her, this is what I saw here. And when we go to area diagram, we can clearly see again in the descending colon area that there was a drop going in. So, and I looked at the rest of her energy and it looks pretty decent comparing to everything else. So I communicated that with her. I told her that I think what's happening is there's something that's causing some sort of a blockage in her descending colon or around the intestine area. And that's where she was feeling the discomfort. So they told me that they were going to the doctor the next day to make sure, there's nothing serious. They went to the doctor and the doctor told them that there was, I guess something that she had ate was stuck in her intestines. And that's what was causing the pain for her. So this was another case that was very fascinating to me, that I was able to pick up this information. Now, this is a very, very new area of research. So I just wanted to share these different readings that I have done, and just open up the floor to everybody else that's interested in this. I want to thank you for your time, for being here and for listening to me. Maybe a little bit early on my time, but that's all I have to share with you amazing people today. And I thank you so much again for your time. If any questions, I would love to answer. Until we get Dimitri back, while we're here, I'm going to share with you a couple of these plates that we had created that I told you. I kind of brushed over it. I'm going to do a different presentation on this, hopefully in the next Congress. These are the plates that we're creating with Verve Technology here in Florida. And they have created some tachyon chambers that they can influence, and they can program different materials with tachyon energy. So that's a very interesting topic to me as well. If anybody is doing research in tachyon science, I would love to collaborate with you and share information with you. So we can collaborate on that as well. And while we have a little bit of time, I will go back to that meditation music file that we've generated and actually share with you how to create that so you can do it for yourself. So let me share my screen with you here. In the Bible system, right after you calibrate your system, once you have the metal cylinder still inserted in the calibration unit, go ahead and do a scan for all the 10 fingers. And this is what you're going to get. If my internet agrees with me.
No, it's just filtering.
Yeah, it's just filtering. Yeah, I saw it. Thank you. So once you do a scan with right after you do your calibration, first of all, this is a good way of testing your calibration to see if your calibration was done successfully. When you come back and you're looking at these numbers, you want to be as close as possible to 7 and then as close as possible to 100%. So this is an indication of like a perfect person. So the frequency is amazing. So all you have to do, just come and produce this sound file here, and that's going to resonate a perfect energy. And what you can do, if you have the BioCore, which is one of my favorite accessories for the BioWell, you can download this music and then use the BioCore, and you can place the attachment on your third eye in order to send those frequencies through your third eye. You can also charge your water with this, and this has all the right frequencies there so that it will bring coherence to your system. And I'm actually using BioWell now to become a DJ, and I'm creating different sound files with BioWell. And we're testing them to see how they're influencing different energy centers to create meditation music files. Thank you again, Dimitri. Thank you for being a part of Lightworkers and for allowing me to be here today to share with everybody else.